87 of the Talking Reckless podcast. It's August the 20... That can't be right. I think it's September the 2nd.
Yes.
2019. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Welcome to the show. My name's Matt Eads. Kevin Byers here.
Yeah, that's right.
Bryce Zinnick is here.
Keeping the sea warm.
Warren Barris is here. I struggled on every one of those names.
It's nice to be laboring on this Labor Day.
Oh, is that today or is that the Monday?
That's
Today's
podcast time today.
Monday.
Oh, a long weekend. This is one that Canada and America and maybe other parts of the world get. I don't know either. It's early in the morning. We're recording this in morning time. It's not right. It's not right. A person has a schedule when they wake up. You gotta. I poop at a certain time after I wake up.
Tell me about it.
I have a very set schedule that I have been in for a long time, and we're here fucking it up.
I woke up early today because my body was like, well, this is what time you normally poop. Why are you still in bed?
It's a great question.
And I just told my body to shut the fuck up, and I rolled over and went back to sleep.
Wow,
See,
that's
I can't even
danger
do that.
zone.
bold claim. Yeah,
If I wake up because my body's like, you gotta poop, there's no telling it's fuck off.
it's not joking.
It's not
Go
like
time.
it wasn't a wake up for like an emergency
Oh,
poop.
I
It was
see.
just like
Well, hey, what's going on?
yeah, like, hey, you're
The
normally
hell?
up at this time. What are you
I
doing?
see.
Why are you still sleeping?
That is nice though. That feeling of waking up and then realizing that you don't have to get up. And
don't
you're
have
like,
to get up.
"Fuck
That's always good."
this.
I woke up to an alarm for the first time in like 18 months today.
That sucks, eh?
Oh, rough. I can't ever go back. I'm a broken man now. I can never go back to the workforce.
To the grind.
I'm ruined. Yeah, it's
Me too.
can never go back.
No.
Welcome to the show. Holy smokes! Do we ever have a banger of a podcast for you this week? Our next TRWL event coming up on September the 15th. That's only like 2 weeks. That'll be a week from this Saturday podcast time. From this Sunday, sorry, podcast time. It's gonna be dope. New competitors. Lots of new competitors. Yeah, some that Warren hasn't even seen yet.
Good.
Oh, jeez.
Champion Noah North will defend his title against Doink Daddy Kev in a no holds barred
Alleged champion Noah North.
He's got the strap. He was sending big words over the Discord. Did you see that?
I did see that.
It's 3 straight minutes of promo.
Heck of a promo.
Some of my favorite lines include, "You all thought I was in cahoots with the sexy man."
Yes.
Yeah, he threw down the gauntlet, no holds barred. It's gonna be dope. Come and watch it because I put so much time into those. More time than anything else. Where this one's gonna be like almost like probably 70 hours by the time it's all fucking done.
It's a long event.
It's only gonna be like an hour and a half. Maybe 2 hours. Maybe 2 hours. We'll see how long the matches go.
Well, and the beauty of it is that you don't have to be a big wrestling fan to enjoy them.
Yeah, it's
Because it's a video game
totally.
that we are just idiots and have fun with.
Yeah, it's for the folks who are maybe not totally into wrestling. You know,
Yeah.
if you were into wrestling, you'd probably be watching wrestling.
Right.
Or maybe you're disenfranchised with wrestling like I am, and you just want our storylines are better than WWE. That's all I'm saying.
And there's a certain extra level of give a fuck if you yourself are in the wrestling league,
It's true. Yeah.
which you can do.
Over on the Patreon, patreon.com/TalkingRecklessPodcast. It's gonna be dope. What did everybody do this week for video games? I played lots. We're gonna talk about Control, hot new game Control, right off the top here.
This is the one with the superpowers. You're throwing shit that I watch you play a little bit of.
That's the one with the superpowers. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. Actually,
All right.
yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, that's it is the new game from Remedy Entertainment, the folks who brought us Alan Wake, Max Payne 1 and 2, Quantum Break, which was not very good. It is a third-person shooter where you have it's so. Has anyone ever seen a series called The Lost Room? Or Warehouse 13, or X-Files in a lot of ways.
I have seen the X-Files.
Okay, it's an X-Files like where
So you're kind of like a
it's like a
investigator.
it's like if Fox Mulder went and started his own branch of the FBI, where there is this. It is the Bureau of Control, and they deal with the supernatural. So it takes place in this shifting building called the Oldest House, which you can only find if you're looking for it, because that's how these stories always go. And I'm not very far. I'm like 3 or 4 hours in. You walk in and kind of meet the director of the bureau, who shoots himself in front of you and is like, "You're the director now." And you don't really know why, and your character doesn't really know why. She's like, "Yep, okay, I'm the director now, I guess." And you're finding these weird like objects of power, which are like one of them is the floppy disk that has the nuclear launch codes, the Russian nuclear launch codes from the Cold War on it. They are these objects that are like in the public consciousness enough that the power of just people believing that these things either exist or are, like Excalibur, for instance, or the Holy Grail. People just thinking they exist makes them exist, and then the Bureau of Control tries to contain them. I don't really know. They're all on the loose. I found the floppy disk. It gave me telekinesis.
Oh,
so
of course.
it's weird, but it's like there's so many different shows and TV series that kind of tie into this theme. The SCP stuff online, the Special Containment Protocol, which is like a public story depository. People just submit stories to it, like a story wiki, I guess. It's cool. Control's good. Like, it looks amazing on PC. It runs like total shit. It's very, very hardware intensive. I've heard it gets down to like 10 frames a second on the consoles, like bad. And even on my PC, it gets pretty rough in some spots. But it plays well. It is maybe the best playing Remedy game. It is probably the best playing Remedy game. Like, it is fun to shoot. It is super fun to use the powers. It looks and sounds incredible. I'm sort of way into the weird story they're telling. I found a horse from a merry-go-round that makes me move very fast.
But you have to carry the merry-go-round horse with you, or
No, they never really. You sort of bind to the people can bind themselves to these items, and whenever you find an item, it'll be like, this item is currently bound to redacted. And
So you have to find redacted and then
no, you just
kill
sort of take the item. It doesn't say what happens to somebody who's bound. Maybe somebody.
oh shit,
Yeah, maybe being unbound has like bad consequences or something.
that'll be coming up in the next couple hours of the game.
It could be.
You'll find out.
Who redacted was. It's good. It's weird. It's like it's very kind of tongue in cheek in a way that like Portal is, where excuse me, there's this office dealing with all these like crazy supernatural things, but it is very much tied up in like the bureaucracy of it. So you're finding like notes between departments about how like because the building is constantly shifting and like reconfiguring itself. And I guess like some of the bathrooms reconfigured themselves like 10 floors away. So this one floor of people is really pissed because they don't have bathrooms anymore. It's fun. It seems so good. The actor who sorry, go ahead.
no, you go.
The actor who plays Alan Wake, they're doing a lot of live action stuff like they always do. And the actor who plays Alan Wake is like your main fucking contact guy.
Nice.
It's weird. It's so cool.
Is it open world, kind of like Infamous, or is it like scene by scene? You go to a new place every single adventure.
It's kind of it's a Metroidvania. So you're like you're in this house and you're seeing doors with like, oh, clearance level 4. I've only got clearance level 2, so I can go in doors 1 and 2, but not 3 or 4 yet. And it seems like you're gaining new abilities to go in. Like I've seen areas I can't go in. There's like weird blue stone. It seems like radioactive or something. So I think you'll get an
Super Mario
ability
64.
Yeah, Super Mario 64. That's a good way of thinking about it. Yeah.
So why don't you just believe that you can get through that blue stone, and then
Enough people would have to believe it for long enough. And like you can't bring in any objects that are like representative of their archetype. So like you can't bring in a rubber duck. The iconic yellow rubber duck with a red nose or yellow beak or whatever is too culturally significant. You can't bring it in the Oldest House because they know it will like turn into a weird object of power. It's cool. There's a jukebox. I found a jukebox that I don't know what it does, but it's like sealed in a fucking vault behind glass, and I can't get to it yet.
I bet you it plays music.
Maybe it's probably an object of power though. Maybe it like controls
I
minds.
bet you
or
that's bound to Fonzie.
oh.
And he
Fucking,
needs
you
to
can fix anything. When you
hit
have
the
it.
side of the box to open it up.
It might be that would fit in that ethos of like people loved Fonzie back in the day and they think there's a real jukebox, and if you and it turns out when you do that it destabilizes the rotation of the earth or something. It's weird, and the main character is like talking to you. It seems like the player in a way, kind of like Deadly Premonition, where the main character's always talking to someone named Zach. They're like, I don't know, Zach. Should we let's drink the coffee, Zach? Where she is like talking, she's having like inner monologues and like, I'm not going to tell them about you yet. They're not ready to learn about you. And I'm like, oh, what do you mean they're not ready to learn about me? It's very good. I'm really enjoying it so far. Heck of a game. Is reviewing super well too.
It looks pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Like just how it plays and
It's very very psyops. Mind
Yeah.
conspiracy. Like the telekinesis, just throwing things
That
and
looks
people and like even the gunplay is super fun.
yeah.
It's really fun. And I really like the mythos, the world.
Seems sweet.
Everybody should go watch The Lost Room. The Missing Room. The Lost, I think it's called The Lost Room. It's a TV series, miniseries, basically about this exact same thing. There's a science experiment in a hotel, and every single object in the hotel room becomes like an object of power. So the comb makes you travel through time if you comb your hair with it, and I think the pen blows up people's heads. If you click the pen at someone, their head explodes or something.
Whoops.
So what if you don't have hair? Can you just
I don't know.
not
you
use
can't
the
go through
comb?
time.
I probably not.
That's
the only
bullshit.
person who every time the person who has it uses it, he has to run it through his hair, and then
I-
he gets sick after because the contents of his stomach does not move. It does not move through time or,
Can
or
I
something.
can I use my chest hair?
Probably, yeah. Probably any body hair. I would think.
Hair is hair.
Yeah, beard hair, body hair, wherever.
As long
Cat.
as you don't have alopecia, you're good to go.
Maybe you have like a. I wonder if you could have like a dog or something that you like. If you were completely hairless, you'd like comb the fur on the dog.
Nice.
It's a great series. It's a great game. Control.
Control.
What's everybody else been doing? I don't want to talk anymore.
Oh.
Yeah, just done.
Yeah, I mean, I played Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
It's apparently my first time playing the DLC for Mass Effect 3. That's fucking some crazy shit in there. Some real change the way you look at the series.
Does it make the game good?
The game, it makes it better.
Wow.
It makes it the best.
Ooh.
Uh,
Not the best of all three then? So,
Mm.
3, 2, 1?
2, 3, 1, Andromeda.
Damn.
2 is like perfect. Perfect video game.
Perfection.
Except for that big fucking dumb human. What have you been playing, Kev?
I have got myself on the WoW Classic train.
Oh, gross.
Yeah.
We're gonna stream a little bit. When you hear this, it'll have already gone up, but we're gonna stream a little bit of that today.
Yeah, for those listening live. So
What you playing? Which class?
God, I don't even know where to start. So I'm playing a priest
Okay.
because I guess most of my experience in original WoW was playing a priest. So went back to that. The queue times on the server that we have to play on is ridiculous.
Yeah, queue times everywhere on launch day were like upwards of 4 hours, I think, or
Yeah.
something like that.
I think launch day, I got home from work at about 4:15.
Mm-hmm.
Servers had been up for about a little over an hour at that point. I think they launched at 3:00 p.m. our time. So I jumped in queue. There were about 15,000 people ahead of me.
Damn.
I left queue at around 10:30.
Did not get in that night.
Did not get in. And when I left queue, there was still about 7,000 people ahead of me.
Wow.
So
wow.
They,
So that would
they
be
cycled
like
through about half.
in like almost 6 hours.
Yeah, but it wasn't even people ahead of me were all getting in, because a friend of mine, he got into queue about an hour ahead of what I got in. So he was already an hour ahead of me. He was at about 6,000 when I jumped in at 15. When I got off and quit, he was still at 2,000.
Wow.
So 4,000 people moved ahead of him in the 7 hours or whatever it was.
It's like the real launch experience.
Exactly.
Yep.
Like, it was pretty like the whole first week wasn't WoW like totally almost down when it launched originally. Do you remember? I remember being real fucked.
I never played on
That was-
release
that was
at
never on release.
for when WoW first came out.
No.
I jumped in like a month and a half after. So yeah, I'm not too sure how bad it was originally. I could only assume it would have been bad, because obviously it was bad.
It feels a little less excusable now. Maybe they just didn't know how many people were gonna play it or whatever.
I think they knew how many people were going to play it. I just think they didn't want to put so many servers out that it dilutes the player base, because they don't know how many people are going to retain.
Yeah, well, so they ended up opening more servers to accommodate the load, and they said they're gonna have to like pare them down for phase 2, pare them back down, because they know people are gonna quit. People are
Yeah.
gonna get it and be like, "Whoa, classic, no way," and stop playing.
Right now, it's all the hype. Everybody, it's all anyone is talking about. Day one, there was over 1 million viewers on Twitch watching WoW Classic.
So insane. I watched a little bit. Instead of playing, I'm like, I'm just going to watch and remember how fucking slow everything in this game is.
I got my feel that way.
It is
Yeah.
slow. It is quite slow.
It's so slow. What's your play time at, do you think?
Ballpark 8 hours.
Wow. And you're level almost 14. I
Yeah,
think,
one bar away from 14.
out of 60.
Yeah.
And it slows down. Like, it slows down past 40.
It only slows down if you're not using the super secret techs.
Which are?
So I've been watching this one stream. This one big guild is doing. They rented out auditorium in Vegas, and they built a set, and they're streaming live until both Onyxia and Ragnaros get killed.
What? Ragnaros isn't even out for another, like, X weeks.
No, it's out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Molten Core's ready to go. But
Is there
there's
next-
a lot you have
Core
to do to
and
get
Onyxia
there.
are out with launch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's not how it went in real life.
Yeah, Molten Core was out. I think
Onyxia, it didn't launch with Onyxia. For sure it didn't.
No, but they launched with patch 1.12. So most of the things that were live in patch 1.12 are what's live with Classic.
Is Dire Maul in?
No, that is coming in phase 2. They're doing 6 phases where they stagger release everything that was originally in content. So I looked this up before, so I might have some of it wrong, but phase 1 is everything that's out now, so Molten Core and Onyxia and the instances that are out now. Phase 2 is Dire Maul and World PvP. Phase 3 is Blackwing Lair and Battleground PvP.
There's no world PvP right now?
Well, there is, but you don't get any benefit for it, so there's no
I see.
honor ranking program at all.
Oh, yeah. It didn't launch with Honor.
Yeah. So phase 4
I'm just shaking my head at every one of these developments.
is Arathi Basin and AQ40. Well, the gates to AQ40.
Where's ZG?
Phase
Is ZG
5
in there
is
somewhere?
I think
it's
phase
right
5
at
is
the
ZG, and then phase 6 is Naxxramas.
And then Burning Crusade.
Maybe.
Which I bet they'll charge for if they do.
I don't think they charge for any of it.
I bet they would.
No, they've been doing classic.
Be a lot of work.
Yeah, but
A lot of
I
work's
mean,
gonna be redo that,
I don't even want to begin to think
I guess
about how
they-
many
I guess they
subscriptions
sort
they sold because of this.
Yeah, I guess you need a subscription to play, so I guess
Yeah.
they do charge for it.
Yeah.
Just if you are a player already, you get it for free.
Yeah, and I mean, if you have the game, you have all that old content anyway, so it's not like they have to.
Not really. Like you can't get back to Old Westfall.
Well, no, but you can go and do all the Burning Crusade stuff still, because none of that has changed.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
But it's not you can. It's not the same. It's not like doing it with playing it with people.
well, no, exactly. I mean, you could. I mean, your
I
talent
guess
trees would be different.
Yeah,
and
I
everything
guess you
like
could
that,
like
but-
try and organize
Yeah.
people and be like, we're all going to start at 70. It's all it's different. It's all retouched, and you can do the zones in any order, and
Yeah,
it's all very different than what it was.
but yeah, so they're rolling out in phases. I don't remember how we got to this, but I'm playing the priest.
By today's standards, I think WoW Classic's a bad game.
So okay, for somebody who has never played WoW
Okay.
and has seen because it is the biggest thing right now, everyone's talking about it. I don't understand. So WoW came out in
2004.
Yeah.
and then it just evolved to whatever it is now.
Yeah.
So you couldn't go back and do what's so significant about this release?
So, WoW, the original world in WoW Classic was completely changed with the 4th expansion, because the storyline in the 4th expansion was about this dragon who erupted from the middle of the world and destroyed the world in the process. So the entire landscape was changed, and all the zones got changed, and the quest lines got changed, and
They basically they're
So if I were to start a new thing right now for the first time playing it, if this classic hadn't been released, then I wouldn't get the same experience
No.
that you would have gotten in
Totally.
2004.
yeah,
It's
it's
a completely different game.
totally different. And
I gotcha.
in modern WoW, it's I don't know, 20, 30, 40 hours to get to max level. It's not real bad. You
Right.
play a video game length amount of time and you are at max level. In WoW Classic, it is 30 days in some cases. It is long and
Well, yeah.
slow.
oh yeah, that's what we were getting at, because we were talking about efficient leveling.
Right, yes.
And,
yes.
So the stream that I was watching, where they were in Vegas and they set up this
Auditorium.
huge auditorium. So the way that they've been doing their level grinding is basically get a bunch of mages and just AoE a bunch of things down, or you get a bunch of classes that have cleave features and AoE things down with cleave. So the tech dungeon group that was running for like the first 40 levels was 4 mages and a priest.
Okay.
So the 4 mages would just root all the mobs that they would kite, and then they kite them and root them and slow them down and just do that until they die, rinse and repeat. So they wouldn't run a tank. They would just kite everything.
I'm just shaking my head.
It's genius.
Shake my head. Everything in this game. I don't like. Gaming has moved on. If you were to release WoW Classic as just its own product and not this weird nostalgia thing today, people would be like, "This is not a very good. This is really fucked up." A lot of things in this game that, by modern convention, are just backwards to the way that we do things now.
Yeah, but I mean, you can say the same thing with like the Halo remaster and everything like that. Like, it's the only reason the game
no
like
way.
that got big is because of the nostalgia. Like,
I also think Halo Combat Evolved to Halo 5 is like, well, Halo 5's a bad example because they went crazy with that one. But old Halo to new Halo is very, like, the grenade button's different. The grenade button is over here instead of over
it's
here.
still a shooter, but it's like releasing WoW as it was originally now just wouldn't happen because it's a different type of game.
I suppose you could release Halo Combat Evolved today, and if it was looked modern, people would be like, "This is incredible. This is like a Doom style. Wow, they were inspired by 2016's Doom. This is what a great story they're telling in this kind of corridor shooter." I don't know. We'll see. Do you think you're gonna hit 60? I don't think you're gonna hit 60.
I mean, I don't know. I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that I'll hit 60.
And even once you hit 60, like, what are you looking forward to? What's the end game? You get in there and raid Molten Core again and grind fire resist gear? And...
Well, apparently you don't even have to do Molten Core because apparently, according to everyone, all the Molten Core gear sucks. So you don't even have to do Molten Core in order to gear yourself up.
Oh yeah, because I guess there's content that has come out after Molten Core that's weird. That's weird.
Apparently, like,
they should incentivize their raids.
Blues that you can get in level 51 raids or level 51 dungeons are better than anything you can get in Molten Core.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't remember Molten Core gear? It has all 6 stats on it.
Oh yeah. Well, I was a warlock, and all warlock gear had all 6 stats all the time.
So it's better to get something slightly tuned better.
Plus 4 agility.
None of the priest Molten Core gear had.
I mean, you got to go get Benediction and Anathema.
Well,
though.
obviously,
you have to
just
do Molten
for the nostalgia factor. But yeah, none of that gear had any like MP5, and it had very, very little plus healing. And
it's got to be like some of the, like, Hand of Rag is probably still like Sulfuron or whatever that one.
Yeah.
I'm sure the
legendaries are still useful, and the weapons will obviously be good too, because just the way weapons scale with rarity level in Warcraft is weapons are usually always better with higher epic levels.
It's still 40-man groups.
Yeah, still 40 man.
I don't see it happening. I don't see 40 people getting together to do Molten Core like they used to.
People.
No, you don't
need like 35.
There's so many mouth breathers back in the day. If you have 20 functional people, I'm sure you can do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, even when we played, most of our group of 40 was mouth breathers, so
you have to wipe just over and over. Like, I just feel like the tolerance for that stuff has to be lower now. We're like,
you can't wipe on that content anymore. Everyone should be going in knowing what they're doing.
Dude, somebody is going to get the fucking bomb and get in and blow up the group, and like you're going to have that same shit.
Then you kick them and you're moving on with your life.
Yeah.
But that's just it. Like you were saying, the number of people who are going to make it to level 60 is probably pretty small, and the number of people who are going to be raiding at level 60 is probably going to be all the people who have rated this stuff before and are doing it for the nostalgia factor.
We'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah, like,
time will tell.
They've already said like they're planning on merging servers once they know that people have dropped off and getting rid of stuff like that. So
about this. Oh, sorry, God, didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, I mean, it's just they know that they're going to lose people.
Yeah,
because they realize that. But the way this all started was, I don't remember the name of the original WoW Classic server, the fan server that came out.
Lightbringer.
No, it started with an N. It was like a really weird made up word.
Nautilus. Narrative. Nardwar.
One of those. Yeah.
I think it was Nardwar.
Mix them all together. But when this got started, Blizzard invited all the people who were the owners of this private server into their headquarters to say, hey, we want to see your analytics. We want to see how many.
It's probably to like crack their knuckles and be like, you guys better fucking stop running this because we're going to run it.
But I mean, they were happy with it too because they don't have to pay for servers anymore. They still get to play the game they want to play. So
Yeah.
they weren't really making money off of it because it was all free because you can't monetize it. And if you want to run a fan server like that, otherwise you get shut down.
Yeah.
So for them to just go in and show Blizzard like, hey, this is how many accounts we have. This is how many this is our player retention. This is how many people play per day. Like Blizzard looked at that and said, holy shit. And that's only the quantity of people who are the type of people who would go to a fan server. Like you probably have a large portion of people who would want to play Classic WoW, but would never go to a fan server because that's just weird, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I wonder. I just wonder, like, what will the state be? What is the drop-off a year from now?
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. It's like how long, because they haven't announced how they're doing the phases and when they're rolling everything out. That's all up in the air. So they haven't given any firm dates on anything like that. So
Probably, like, watch numbers and like, oh, people
Yeah,
are dropping off.
exactly.
We got to get a piece out here.
So I think it's all going to depend on, A, how fast that stuff rolls out, and B, the player retention. So
There was a time when World of Warcraft was the biggest thing in the world. Like, unbelievably massive. No video game before it had ever done what Warcraft was doing.
It's the biggest game in the world right now.
Probably. Let me tell you about Fortnite. Let me tell you about Fortnite. More people playing Fortnite than I'm gonna say
This week?
Yes, not more people watching on Twitch, but more people playing Fortnite.
I go by Twitch numbers.
I'm
I don't
gonna
care
guess
about what people are playing in the privacy of their own home. What they
Every-
do is their business.
That's right.
Other video game in the entire world combined, I'm gonna guess there are more people playing Fortnite right now than every other game in the entire world.
That seems ridiculous.
That seems very ridiculous.
I bet it's totally. I bet I'm not that far off.
I'm sure it's Candy Crush.
Yeah, probably.
Or
Or soccer.
Yes.
Like 12 people at a time can play. So how many people on the soccer pitch? Barely any. 100 people in a game of Fortnite. Only 20 in a game of soccer or whatever.
You're right about that.
Just do the math on that. Einstein.
Checks out.
People have been lining up to get their quests. Out of the news story in WoW Classic. People are forming like lines, queues in the game. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people long. Look at all these people lining up, Warren.
Yeah, I see that.
They're just playing nice. To
Beautiful thing.
Go kill a mob at the end. I wouldn't.
I'm proud of everyone.
And that's another thing that
It's like all honor system.
was completely like eliminated with all the changes they've made in World of Warcraft is like you don't need a community anymore in launch World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
In the live version of the game, you don't need to make friends. You just go into the automatic dungeon finder and you say, I want to do this dungeon and I can do this role, and then it just shoots you into a group, teleports you right to the dungeon.
It's way
when
better.
you're finished, teleports you right back to where you started.
You don't have to talk to anybody.
You don't have to talk to anybody. You don't have to make
these
friends.
Fucking people who Dance Revolution losing their weight or whatever. I don't have to do any of that shit. It's the best.
But it's just like it's a different. It's a throwback to when gaming was completely different.
Totally. The online gaming space was also totally different. Xbox
Yeah.
Live was a friendly place in 2004. As hard as it is to believe now. Like, I can't imagine just going into an MMO with, like, an open headset like you used to be like, hey, guys, what's going on? You want to team up or whatever? Like, I can't even...
No.
It's going to be kids, or somebody is going to call you a gay Nazi in 5 seconds, or it's bad. The internet's a bad place. Don't go on it.
The WoW Classic, paradise.
Well, kind of.
So-
Let's look at these lineups. Yeah.
What are they lining up for? Like, this is all just to do, like, a quest or something?
Yeah, so usually a quest ends with, like, go kill gym security.
Right?
and only one person can kill him. And then he takes, like, 5 or 6 minutes to respawn.
So, poor gym security is just standing there looking at this lineup of 1,000 people
Yeah.
being like, well,
Yeah.
fuck me.
Every single one of these people is here to kill me.
Jesus. Christ.
But it's all honor system. Like, you could just walk to the front of the line and just fuck with the system and, like,
That's a lot of people to piss off.
Yeah, that is a lot of people to
And
piss
then in
off.
the next line,
just-
they know what's
I'll
happening.
just turn my chat off. Yeah, if I didn't obey the first line, I sure as fuck am not obeying the next line. It's insane, man. You're going to wait 10 hours in queue, and then you're going to wait 10 hours in fucking in-game line?
It was funny too because
Wild.
I hadn't renewed my subscription until launch day, so not only was there a queue for getting into the game, but there was a Blizzard store queue in order to re-up my purchase.
Wow.
Yeah, so that one was a lot shorter and it was going a lot faster. But yeah, my subscription probably took about 30 minutes to process.
It's bonkers.
How much you
bonkers
buying
how many
for?
people are into it.
I just did 1 month.
Okay, that's fair.
Like-
So
Lifetime.
I'll see. I'll make a decision in 1 month's time about whether or not
Like
I'm
maybe
gonna keep
3
playing.
month you could do.
And then yeah, like if I keep playing, then I'll buy the 3-month one, and then at the end of the 3-month one, if I'm still playing, then I'll make some serious life decisions.
Ooh, I think just another 3. Like, don't buy in for the year. It's a trap.
They don't have the year one anymore. I think
Really?
it's just 6 months.
Oh.
Is the longest
Well,
one?
that's not too bad.
Yeah,
You play anything other than WoW Classic? It's gonna be a lot of WoW Classic for the next, like,
yeah, that was it for me.
at least the next month.
Yeah, might as well just skip me every week from now on and be
Yeah.
like, yeah, well, it's WoW Classic.
Fair enough. We'll do like a playtime versus level check-in.
Yeah, well, I mean, by next week, by the next show that I'm on, because I'm on holidays next week, so I figure by the next show that I'm on, I'll be fucking level 60.
Okay.
Farming it up.
Okay. We'll see.
As a priest, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta just find myself 4 mages and then just do my dungeons.
Is Chris rocking the warrior again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Same name.
Warrior, hunter, priest. That's
So yeah,
not
of
great.
the, God, I want to say like 18 or 20 of us that played WoW when it launched, 4 of us have come back to it.
A lot of it's worth mentioning that a lot of those people played all the way through,
Yeah, that's true.
or have dipped back in from time to time.
It's funny that you mention that it was as big as it was, because I remember it being huge.
Yeah.
But like for my circle of friends, which was relatively large, not to brag, but like I had a lot of people, like different like sports teams that I was on, whatever. Like there's several different groups. Nobody ever
Yeah.
that like talked about it enough that made me want to get into it as
I
a
mean,
kid. Like
back at that time too, it was still, oh, you play video games?
sure, yeah,
So-
there was that stigma to it for sure.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
hockey boys, maybe
That's true.
some closet WoW fans in there.
yeah. I'm sure there was.
Yeah, for sure.
What have you been playing, Fiddle?
I finished Outer Wilds. Is it?
Oh,
Is that what it's
yeah,
called?
yeah.
I always get confused because there's that other one coming out that's something
The
wild.
Outer Worlds.
Fuck me. Confusing. It's an interesting game.
Yeah, I heard you didn't click with you.
Well, it did. Here's the thing: is that like the story of it? I'm a sucker for a good like some shit's going on, and you're gonna figure it out piece by piece. Like I really wanted to know how it ended,
Yeah.
but I just didn't know. Like I got to a point where I'm like, there's no way that I'll ever be able to figure out these things that I need to do to get to the end of this thing. And upon watching Brando get and do those things, that was only confirmed. Where I'm like, there's no way I would have ever figured that out in less than 20 hours of more time.
It like without going into like any spoilers or anything, you kind of the way you find that stuff out is you just read it. Usually,
Which is true.
yeah, you just read it on the wall, and they're like, "Oh, I learned that this thing works," and then that piece of info gets you to another reading where they're like, "This is how this thing works," and it's some of it is a little bit of experimentation, but a lot of it is just like you just kind of got to find it in the world. It's a lot of exploration.
But like the timing of you got to wait for this to happen so that you can go through this portal at this exact moment.
Oh, I had it like
in
just
order to start this thing,
There was
that
one-
you then have to rush over to this thing. with
one
X
thing
amount
at
of
the very
time.
end. I needed him to be like, "This is how you find this." I was like, "Oh fuck, okay." I would have never figured that out, but
Yeah.
I just playing through it. I have a good sense of how that like the mechanism that is that little galaxy kind of works. And like,
Yeah.
this is what this is.
I
doing,
also
what
have a
this
good grip on it now, but
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
if
cool.
it would have if I ever would have got there by myself. I think
Yeah.
I would have hit my breaking point. At some point, I would have just given up on it. So I'm glad that Brando kind of walked me through that one and helped me out.
It's
a neat game.
Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, the Outer Wilds, is kind of a game like Myst or The Witness. You go into this world, not really knowing or understanding. There are a lot of systems at play that they don't really make sense when you first see them. But then by the end of the game, you have just this like intricate knowledge of how everything in this world works. A lot like The Witness, actually. It's so fucking.
Is that the
Cool.
one where you are in space and you die every?
Oh, spoil! You die from time to time.
Isn't
known to
that
die?
isn't that the one where you are on a fixed schedule?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a loop.
There's a little time loop mechanic which you discover the first time you see that thing. Is like, fucking what the fuck?
And we've talked about that exact same thing on the show before, so you
We've
can't
never
even
talked
pull
about
out
that.
spoil. Yes, we
We've-
have.
No, Brando and I, we know what not to spoil. Because that
Well-
game is all about the joy of discovery.
Get fucked.
Yeah.
I also
Kevin says anyone who wants to play Outer Wilds, get fucked.
Brando pointed out to me, and I wouldn't have remembered this, but my first expedition, I had a thing happen, which, now that I've completed the game, is funny that it happened on the first try, and I will talk around this, but still say it without
like-
saying it.
Like you see a big thing coming towards you.
No, I was headed towards something, and then it disappeared.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
a certain
okay.
moon. And I was like, "What? What the fuck? Like
Yeah.
this is that really confused the shit out of me." But now that I've done it, I understand how
That
those
fucking-
mechanics work, and
That pesky fucking moon. It's
a cool
such
game.
a great. Yeah, it's really. I really enjoy it.
and there was that thing that Brando got me to do that you didn't do that adds something at the end as well.
I think I eventually saw all the endings.
Yeah.
Oh no,
There's
no,
just
the
that
the
one
alt ending. Yeah.
slight alternate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I accidentally found that one.
did you?
Yeah, without realizing that it was the end of the game.
Yep.
It just hits you with a game over. And you're like, oh,
Okay.
well. Y'all should play it before Game of the Year for sure. It's pretty. Well, I'd say it took me maybe like 15
See,
hours.
there's Kev already doing the
15
hard no.
hours.
Not playing it.
Why? It's
'Cause-
going to be a conversation piece.
That doesn't mean anything.
It's a yelling piece.
But then how are you going to be like, we can't be Game of the Year if you didn't play it?
Have you never met Kevin?
Yeah.
This
I
is his
mean,
fucking shtick. If
in
he
one
played
hand-
it would be the most anti-Kevin thing in the world to play the game.
In one hand, I'm saying that, but on the other hand, I'm not going to be playing that fucking baby in a pod game that I don't even remember what it's
You
called.
guys are just haters, eh? You see a trailer, like, it's got babies, I'm out.
Well, I don't have any means of playing it.
It's
First
too,
of all,
too weird for me, I'm out. Well, Brando's gonna buy it, and I'm sure he'd let you use his PlayStation.
I'll
like everything
probably
else.
watch. Like I'll at least.
Yeah,
look
I'm
into it.
also not going to be playing.
Absolute
Death Stranding.
haters. I'll try anything. I'll try anything once.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm not paying for it, yes. So you're right.
Brando,
I might play it then.
Well,
You're
you
right.
guys don't have to worry because WoW Classic is getting Game of the Year this
Yeah.
year.
Does that count? I was going to ask that actually. How does that work?
I guess, yeah. It
Released this year?
Came out this year.
Remasters count? Like
Yeah. Well, this is more than, I don't know. We'll have to talk.
Then is Resident Evil 2 on the list?
Resident Evil 2 is a brand new game. Resident Evil 2 is like only in like story, in script is it the same, but it is a totally top to bottom new
okay.
game. Resident Evil 2 is really fucking good. You should play Resident Evil 2.
You
I
start
got
that
other things to
second
play.
playthrough yet?
No, I'll get on it here soon, or I might just give it back to you.
No, I don't. I'm not in any specific rush. We got lots of time for that
Yeah, it's very good.
Game of the Year show.
Very good game.
I also played a game. I was on the old Xbox Game Pass, fellas.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about Disneyland Adventures
Tell me about Disneyland Adventures.
and a little thing I call weed.
Okay.
It was just like
See if
one
I
of
can
these
find the
things
message.
where I was peeling through. It was actually before I even decided I was going to give Outer Wilds a try. I was just looking through like all the games they got on there and watching the like little previews that they have in the store. And I watched this one and I'm like, this looks kind of, I don't know, like it's obviously geared for children, but I was like, just as a laugh, I'll fucking get it and I'll play it when Brando's reading comics out here or some shit, and I'll probably hate it in 5 minutes and then just uninstall it because it's free. Why the hell not? It's kind of cool, actually.
What
Like,
are you
so
you
it's
just walking around the park?
yeah, it's an actual like 2-scale build of Disneyland, which if you've ever been there is kind of cool because as I told you when I was messaging you, like I went there twice. On my 10th and 12th birthday, I was there.
Holy.
Lucky.
And I specifically remember on the first time we were there, on my 10th birthday, I had a cinnamon bun at this one place that was like really close to the entrance. And it starts you at the entrance, and I'm walking in, and I'm telling Brando, oh yeah, there's this place that I went to, and it had these red umbrellas. And then boom, it was right there with the red umbrellas, exactly where I like remembered it in my head.
Could you go buy cinnamon buns?
No, so you can't actually go on the rides.
Oh, so it's just
Or
like
anything?
a tour.
But there's
thing?
so you go talk to like all the mascots are there, but they're not like mascots, like they're proper characters that speak and their mouths move and stuff. And you are playing this kid that is touring around, and like Mickey's like, okay, here's your autograph book. Go get this autographed by these four. And then when you go to these four, they're like, oh, Donald lost his hat, and it's on the Matterhorn. You got to go to the Matterhorn.
Fucking Donald.
And then you go to the Matterhorn, and instead of going on the ride, there's like this portal thing that you go through that like now you are on the ride, but you're like it's a world now essentially where like I'm skiing down the hill of the Matterhorn, and the Yetis are like throwing snowballs at you, and you got to
okay.
dodge them and like pick up coins on your way. And oh, there's the hat. You got to get up on the right slope and pick it up, and then at the end you give it back to them. And it's I don't know.
This sounds exactly like there was like an NES game way back in the day that was kind of this exact same thing. You're going through the park and you go to the different rides, and then you go into the ride, and it's like a little mini game. And
Yeah. And then you're going around like, I mean, there's hundreds of collectibles because you get like these items where like, oh, you got a camera, so now you can take pictures with all of the people that you've already got autographs of.
shit.
So you have to go back and get pictures with them.
and then you find a selfie stick.
Oh.
Oh wait, no, those are banned in Disney.
That's true.
Yeah.
And then if you go to the store, there's the photo books that you can get landmarks that you can take pictures by. And oh, look, I'm at the jail in Toontown getting my picture taken. And then I think the fairy godmother gives you a wand, and you can like wave your wand at certain things, and like the lampposts will start dancing, and people react to it too. Where like people are like NPCs are walking by and like that light pole's dancing. Whoa.
So, how many hours have you put into this game?
Probably at like 4.
Coming up on 80, 90.
Two sessions, probably about 2 hours each.
Yeah.
I don't think I'll play it again, to be honest with you, but I don't know. It was kind of, it was neat.
Did you?
cool.
Is there a win mechanism, or is it just fill out your collection pages kind of thing?
I think it's just, you fill it. I don't know. I think that's a good question. I wonder if there is something at the end that
Got to keep playing to find out.
you did it or something.
Now you have to know.
But I feel like
What year did this
the
come
amount
out?
of shit, like if you were looking to 100%, if you're trying to platinum that thing, I feel like it would take you probably like 60 hours. There's so much different, like there's 8 to 10 different books with 50 pages in them each of like different spots that you can take pictures of, and all of the characters up till 2017 when this thing was released for Disney movies are in there, and you take pictures with them and get autographs, and they give you quests, and like it seems like it would be like, okay, so I'm 4 or 5 hours in, I'm at like 8%.
Jeez.
Wow.
So
Wow.
it seems like a fucking massive game, and it's play slow, but again, it's for children, so who knows.
Yeah.
But
Disneyland Adventures.
if you're ever on the porch and you're feeling nostalgic,
and have been to Disneyland a bunch.
game for you.
Go check out those red umbrellas.
Yeah. What else? There was something else that I was gonna add and I forgot, but now I don't remember what it is. Indeed.
Come back to you, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bryce, what you been up to?
Finish Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Black Eagles route.
Woo! Third done.
A fourth done.
Fourth done.
Yay!
How many are there?
There's 4 total routes. So there's the 3 houses, obviously, but then the house I chose splits into 2 paths.
what?
So you have to do it again and do the second path?
Yeah.
Does just the house you chose split into
Just the
paths, or does
house.
every house
Just the
split?
Black Eagles.
Okay.
So,
bit of a-
so you would have beat this game 5 times by the end of it.
No, just 4.
But you have to do the second Black Eagle path.
That's the fourth, yeah.
Yeah,
Three
four.
houses
3
plus
plus
the second Black Eagle
Oh,
path.
gotcha.
Are you going to play through them all? Is that the plan?
Maybe. I'm
Yeah.
doing this one on hard mode. It's
I've heard
still
it's
pretty easy.
Yeah, I've heard the game is a little easy, maybe.
Yeah.
Play on
It's still
hard
cool.
if you want a bit of a challenge.
I mean, even a little bit. It's just you
you've
got to
been
hit
pl-
things twice instead of once.
You've been playing Fire Emblem for how long? So it's not that it's easy. It's just that you're
I'm
so
a
damn
master.
good.
I've been playing the phone game for 2.5 years now.
There you go.
To this day, still plays the phone game.
It's great.
Yeah, it's something.
They keep putting out content, and it's so shiny and new, and I have to do it.
Boy, yeah.
I have to.
It's the gotchas.
Yeah.
They got
me.
you.
Yeah. They haven't got my money in a long time, though. So, cruising.
How much money you been
Nice caveat.
into?
Total?
Yeah,
Probably 300 for 2.5 years.
could have bought a second Switch for some
Could have
reason.
bought a second Switch.
Could have bought a little
A
Switch.
Switch Lite.
Yep.
Damn it. but the fun value over time.
Oh, okay. I see.
think I got my value.
Yeah, I'm not here to judge.
And
Listen.
the value just keeps going up
Exactly.
with every day you play it.
No, they're releasing Gen 4. The newest, biggest, brightest stat boosts have just come out, and now I'm going to be
Oh.
very much behind.
So if I were to come back in after playing for like 4 weeks when it first came out,
Yeah.
I would be in a lot of trouble.
Yes. Well, no, they give you a lot of free stuff right up front, but you'd still
I do like free stuff.
you wouldn't be top tier here.
spend a little money, you know. So maybe
What about my Hector? Is my Hector still OP?
Oh, Hector's still OP.
Yeah.
He's,
Little
he's like
Madonna.
A tier. He's no longer S, but he's
Ooh.
doing all right.
All right.
Donald's no.
Your boy got pushed down to 8 tier from S. What are you even doing? We should be writing letters. We should be
My boy.
making hashtags and I don't know, signing
Just got to spend money. You
petitions.
got to buy those packs. Got to get the S tiers.
No matter how much money you spend, your boy Hector never be back up to S tier.
That's right.
Never again.
Well, maybe they buff him.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Mhm. Bring it back. But yeah, Fire Emblem Three Houses was cool.
Chipping away.
I played the shortest route of them all.
It took you.
Of the 4 of them, 3 of them have 22 chapters. The one I
Oh.
played through only had 18.
I see.
I feel it's the evil route, kind of.
Is it the 18 chapter? Is it the
Yeah, the
evil
18
route?
chapter evil route.
Are you pro slavery? Is that the pro slavery faction?
Spoilers. This is the anti-church faction.
Well, that doesn't seem necessarily evil.
No, but
You know?
you piss off your gal and she turns into an evil dragon, and you're
Oh.
really pissing you off. And
Oh,
you
man.
actually align with the people who have been murdering people inside your little monastery there.
Oh, that's
Oh,
just
geez.
bad news.
Wow.
You're gonna be friends with them.
That is the bad ending.
And then your dragon lady stops talking to you.
I can't believe
I feel
you-
I did choose
Professor.
the evil path.
Professor, I can't believe you did that to your students.
yeah.
You
But
were
this
supposed
time
to
I'm
be,
going to be in the path of righteousness.
You were supposed to be cool teach. You were supposed to be spinning chair backwards, sitting over it, having 9 meals a day with all your students.
Let's murder all the other students who didn't want to join my house.
Okay.
And the leader of the church. Yeah.
Fire Emblem
Those
seems
jerks.
cool. I should play some Fire Emblem one
Oh,
day.
it's great.
It's anime.
It's anime. It's waifu simulator.
It's anime.
Gonna do it right this time.
Well, if anybody got anything else they played here? I think it was all. Did I have anything else? Nope. That's me. That's me in a nutshell. I played Minecraft for the first time in
I was going to ask you about
fucking 10 years
How
last
was it?
night. It's like a real video game now. You level up. There's an experience bar. You have a hunger meter.
What do level ups get you?
I don't know.
You can use your experience to enchant your stuff.
Yeah, there's like the last time I played, I think Redstone had just come into the game.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah. I remember
2010, I think.
I remember when I bought that game, you couldn't buy it online anywhere. You had to email the dude.
So did I. Yep.
Be like, hey man, I want to buy your game.
$5.
Here's my $5 credit card number. Charge me $5. I'll buy your game.
What a deal.
It's come a long way. Got some fancy shaders on now. It looks real nice with the shaders, and it's cool. It's fun. I don't know. Hot take: Minecraft is okay.
It's always been okay.
I do know one of my friends he got in on Minecraft when it was still being given away for free.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
We're OGs. We were there when the old Magics, when the Minecraft was written. I remember. All right, let's go for a break. We'll come back here, do some news. See you here on the other side of this musical break. I gotta pee again. Fuck morning podcasts.
Go jump again.
What the fuck?
Gotta go jump again.
When
It took me a second. I'm like, what? Like to get your energy going? What the fuck are you talking
Fucking
about?
jumping jacks.
Get my jacks in.
Oh, 3 bars.
shit, he's almost 60.
Dear Lord.
Is anybody in the chat? Anybody been chatting?
I thought so.
Do. There's some early ones, but I don't know if they're still there. Alex and Herman,
Erman.
and Zachary.
They just chilling.
Looks
It's
like
too
it.
early for them as well. Can't talk and chat.
I think it
to
was Zach that was
sleep.
like, Friday morning, must be Bryson Warren. Yeah. Hell yes.
Morning crew.
Alex is here. Well, technically, it's not morning here anymore, Alex, but good morning.
Only just.
Slacking at work. Attaboy.
Friday before a long weekend. Barely a work day. Assuming you have a holiday Monday. Wherever you are.
you have your sound on, Bryce?
Hopefully. Oh, for him?
No. I'm pretty sure he's just playing the final countdown on loop.
Nice. It is. He's so close. Then he can go to bed. 3 bars. That's going to be like 8 more pulls.
8 to 10.
Yeah.
What is this? It's a dude that's almost at the max
It's
level.
the
already?
first North American 60.
Wow.
He'll be world first.
Really? I thought China hit it a couple days ago.
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
Because they got it. They probably got it. The release the same time EU did, which is a day late.
Okay.
How many?
I know. Everyone in chat here is like saying, someone in China got it 14 hours.
How many hours does he play?
Straight since Monday.
It's just since launch.
Jesus
Maybe with a little
Christ.
bit of sleep time, but probably not a lot of sleep
That's
time.
fucking insane.
Yeah, I think he swapped or something at some point.
Yeah.
And the servers did go down at one point, so maybe that was a blessing in
Oh my
disguise for him.
god.
Yeah.
When we do those 24-hour streams,
Oh,
I'm fucked
dude,
for
I
like
know.
3 days after
yeah.
that.
It's rough.
When Wrath
How
of the
the
Lich game
fuck?
came out, and we did, I think, a 36-hour straight, and it's just, kill myself.
And slept for
Go
like
to bed.
5-ish hours and fucking
And
back
do it
at
again. Yeah, it was 36, sleep for 6 hours, 32, hit max level, and just the rest of the weekend was sleep.
Yeah. Just all right. We hit max level. See you guys in 4 days when we're finally do a dungeon.
Yep. Worth it.
How's chat hitting?
Oh, it's hitting.
It's hitting.
It's slapping, you might say.
Popping
Yep.
on. It's not quite the same as popping off, but it's just as
way
good.
way better than popping off.
Ooh,
There's some people.
way
There's
better.
6 people.
So early. I'm so fucking tired.
Alex is slacking at work.
He can't. Like using Slack at work.
No,
Maybe
like-
that's part of his job
Like not working.
in the company Slack. Oh, I get it.
No, he's just wearing slacks.
Yes.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Suspenders.
Yeah.
High stepping in a nice pair of slacks.
All right, let's talk about some nudes. Before this early morning podcast destroys me.
Yeah.
Telltale Games. You remember Telltale Games?
No, dead.
Walking Dead.
They're dead.
Oh yeah,
You
they
could-
put out a game or two.
You could say the Telltale Games is the real Walking Dead.
Men died.
Ah.
That's a game they make, and also they're coming back.
Stranger things have happened.
No.
Were they doing the Stranger
They
Things
were
game?
supposed to, but
No.
now they don't have the rights for it anymore.
There's a Wolf Among Us.
Ooh.
Like Batman. So Telltale Games kind of coming back. The corpse of Telltale Games is kind of being reanimated. The assets are being purchased by a company called LCG Entertainment, who you know. I guess you don't know. James Ottilie?
Dilly.
Ottilie? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to say it. And Brian Waddle
Waddle.
are heading up to team the new are teaming up to head the new Telltale. It is so fucking early. Let's see. They worked in mobile games. One of them, the CEO of Galaxy Pest Control, which you know for their licensed mobile games. Just licensed games, I guess, like Duck Dynasty and Power Rangers.
Ooh, big titles.
We talked about that Power Rangers game here on the show a few times. I remember. If it's the one I'm thinking of.
Maybe. I know we talked about the Power Rangers fighting game.
I think that must be that game. How many other Power Rangers games could there be right now?
Probably a ton.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a racing game based on the Power Rangers.
And
That'd be sweet.
So one of them,
If there isn't.
CEO of that company, Duck Dynasty and Power Rangers, they made the other one, I guess, as experience running sales and marketing for the Havoc game engine is what they describe. Neither of them worked at Telltale. They say that the original Telltale employees will be offered, quote, freelance positions with possibly full-time positions becoming available in the future, which is the bullshit statement that every employer always says to their temp workers or contract workers. And it's completely meaningless, and anybody who's fooled by that is give your head a shake. So it is Telltale in name alone, and they have the assets. But they say they're gonna start releasing games again. There's a whole big write-up where they kind of acknowledge sort of some things that it's Mike Snow. It's Jon Snow's brother Mike. There you go. They acknowledge how so some of the things that went wrong and kind of the pacing and the way that studio kind of ran itself into the ground. And they say they want to keep releasing some of these properties that they have. They're going to keep working on. They are exploring the kind of the nature of the episodic titles. They're going to work on their pipeline. It sounds like they're gonna, it's gonna be a well thought out venture that hopefully will not repeat the mistakes of the past.
So that like Walking Dead's done, right? But Wolf Among Us 2 is kind of the thing.
It's hanging there somewhere,
Potentially.
maybe. Yeah.
Like the only thing that I would personally care about from these guys if they were gonna continue where Telltale left off.
Yeah. I mean, I could let's make some new. Let's do some original properties. Make like a Life is Strange type of.
The other thing
deal.
I wondered about this is like Telltale had their very distinguished visual look.
Yeah.
Would that continue, do we think, or would it be different?
I mean, they have the assets, which I assume include the engine and all the art and everything. I have no idea. It is. Keep in mind.
I don't know if I would want to play a Wolf Among Us 2 if it looked completely different. Like
I'm sure they'll factor all that in.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is Telltale only in name and assets. 0 people who worked at the original Telltale, at least as far as this story goes, work at what is now considered Telltale Games, or what will be considered Telltale Games. So there is totally there is a line of thinking where there's maybe there's some goodwill attached to some of those properties, like The Wolf Among Us and that type of thing, and maybe it's a little more of a cash in than they let on. Maybe they're just going to try and make a little bit of cash off some of these properties, and then who knows? A lot of different kind of angles on this story. More news as it develops.
I am bummed that they lost that Stranger Things license, though.
Yeah, I mean, the whole company went under. Whatever. I'm bummed by that whole.
Fuck you, Netflix.
The way it all went.
Now that I'm watching Stranger Things, I can totally get behind a Stranger Things video game.
Yeah. It'll be weird. Like if Wolf Among Us 2 does come out, it will not be by the same team. It might be by some of these, maybe some of the original employees will have their temporary positions with a chance of full time, which is the biggest fucking crock of bullshit that any employer can ever tell their employee.
Come intern with us for 4 months and not get paid, and we'll get you in somewhere at the end of it.
Chance for full time.
Don't let the door hit you in the ass.
That's what they tell every QA tester as well. That's what they tell every contract worker, because they don't want to pay you benefits.
Nope.
It's real fucked. So we'll see. You guys remember Ronald Pitchfork? Bryce?
Yes, Ronald Pitchfork.
Your good friend Randy Pitchford from Gearbox.
Here we go.
Another little update here, and man, Borderlands 3 just needs to fucking come out before Randy gets arrested. He's been accused of contempt, which is basically when the court orders you to produce documents and you lie and say you don't have the documents. And that is kind of where we're at now. This is between him and Wade Callender, or Callender, however it's said, if you remember, his former legal counsel. And one of the quotes from the story is, Callender believes he can prove that Gearbox and their lawyers continue to violate this court's order and hide documents. Enough is enough, and Gearbox needs to be held in contempt and sanctioned for this behavior. And there's a line in this story from Randy Pitchford. Here's Randy's words. Somebody asked him about the USB stick, with the alleged, with company secrets on it and alleged
magic
underage
trick.
pornography.
It's a magic trick.
She's a fucking magician. He said, in response to, is the USB stick falling out or has the internet moved on now? Pitchford replied, internet is fine. All they care about is if my next video game is good or not. So whatever. Fuck you, Randy. What kind of arrogant douchebag refers to a game made by literal thousands of people in today's day and age as my game?
His game, yeah.
Especially when it's Borderlands, Randy.
It's his baby.
Yeah.
Without him, there would be no Borderlands.
Billion guns.
I'd be okay with that.
I'd also. Maybe it's because it doesn't. Borderlands just doesn't resonate with me really.
Big miss.
Me too.
Kind of feel maybe a little less guilty about just taking pot shots and all this shit. But I mean, come on, fucking leaving an underage pornography USB stick in medieval time. Like, come
Alleged.
on. Come on, Randy.
I forgot it was medieval times.
Medieval times.
Fuck.
Like,
Which I also stopped at on both of my trips to Disneyland as a kid.
Did you see a USB stick on
Good Green Knight all the way,
Grab
baby.
that.
That's my boy.
So it'll be interesting to see what other legal updates come out here before. When is Borderlands even out? October? It's soon. It's real soon.
Fall.
just keep your head down.
Yeah,
Commanders.
it's
Let
in-
this game come out.
It's in Fortnite, I think, too.
Oh,
You
the
can buy the
crossover.
Maniac skin
Yeah.
or
I
some
heard
shit.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yep.
It's wild. Here's some not horrible news.
Yay.
New Resident Evil on the way. Only referred to right now as Project Resistance. The RE is in like special caps or whatever. Resident Evil. You get RE. Resident
Resistance.
Evil. Capcom has confirmed it's not a remake, so I guess it won't be. I thought this might be like Resident Evil 3, like they did 2 or something, which would be real dope. But apparently we're gonna get a teaser right ahead of Tokyo Game Show next week. We'll know what this thing is.
Good.
I wonder. They've been new Resident Evil is like real hit or miss. Like 5, tremendous. 6, one of the worst games ever made. 7, tremendous. So we'll see. It's sometimes it's a real roller coaster. They've made some bad Resident Evil games in there. They've also made some really good Resident Evil games. Toss the coin.
Oh,
Jeez.
I just
Soldier
keep
down.
spilling the fucking coffee this morning.
It's like
The
the
fifth
fourth
time.
time you've hit it, and the second time she's gone down.
Towels. We need.
Towel.
I'll keep reading the news.
We just sop it up with the notes
This
here.
is why we don't. At least it's like.
Oh, it's warm and
Yeah, it is, buddy. It's still hot. This is just get some of that on there. This is the littlest spill we've ever had down here.
sounds not bad.
clip it.
I got some other news for you since you're out of news.
Yeah, thanks.
Mario Kart Tour was announced. There's a little trailer last Thursday.
What's a Mario Kart tour?
It's Mario Kart for your phone.
Oh.
It's coming out September 25th.
You know what?
Oh.
It looks pretty good.
It does look pretty sweet.
Let's.
It looks like Mario Kart.
Have you guys played Dr. Mario on mobile
Yeah.
or Mario Run on
That
mobile?
sucks.
No.
Like
But-
they've made some bad mobile games.
I feel they can't screw up Mario Kart.
This is why we don't do morning podcasts. I just fucking dump my coffee. Fucking goddamn.
You're supposed to drink the coffee.
That was a good spot to spill too.
rather spill it.
It's not bad.
This is the least devastating spill we've ever had down here.
Could have
Yes.
hit the keyboard.
This thing's had entire
Yep.
cups of wine in it before.
The mics are dry. None of the cables. The electrical part of the cables got wet.
No, it does. It looks promising.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, how are you gonna drift? Like, are you playing on touchscreen
That's-
controls?
Oh yeah, they were
First
drifting. I
question.
saw the blue sparks going and they charged ahead.
I think it's gonna. I need to see. It wouldn't surprise me if it's like on the rails and you. It's like a mini. Oh, here comes the drift part, and you gotta like press the buttons.
Are we still
and-
talking about Resident Evil?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. And then
Yes,
you get the
we
blue,
are.
and then Claire gets the blue shell right at the end. You're like, fuck's sakes. No, mobile Mario Kart apparently.
Oh shit.
September 25th. Check it out.
What's it called? World Tour
Yep.
or
just
Tour?
Yeah.
Mario Kart Tour. Weird.
Looks cool.
It looked like graphically, it looked like
on the Switch.
yeah, regular ass Mario Kart, which is kind of cool.
Huh. I wonder how it'll play.
I'm interested in it. I'm curious. I'm assuming it'll be similar, like you said, to those other ones where you get like one map for free or something, and then you got to pay for the rest of them
Yeah.
or some shit like
I
that.
think it's gonna be you get the original 8 for your kart choices, and if you ever want if you want a motorbike or you want to play Daisy for some reason, you gotta
Characters and
pay.
stuff, yeah.
I don't think
What
it's
do you mean
gonna
for some reson?
metal.
Nobody
Daisy.
wants to play Daisy.
Metal Baby Daisy.
Okay, I meant for that.
Metal Baby Ghost Daisy.
Oh,
Boom. There we go.
Metal Baby Ghost Koopa Daisy?
Okay, that's too
Step
far.
too far.
That is
Kevin,
what does that
come
even
on.
fucking
What are you
mean?
Whatever.
You just this is why we can't have nice things.
Jesus.
Just spill coffee all over him.
Yeah, you just spilled coffee all over our conversation.
jump out of here.
I don't think it'll play like Mario Kart. None of those other games play. Super Mario Run doesn't play like Super Mario. Dr. Mario, whatever it's called, doesn't really play like Dr. Mario. I'm guessing it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be like a slot car. Like it's gonna be on the rails.
Well, I don't know. I think Mario Kart need to be slimmed down anyways from the newest version.
Yeah.
There's just so many things.
Take out the
going
pesky
on.
things like the acceleration button, turning, the brakes. Like I think it's literally just going to be like a cart that you watch go around the track, and there will be like sections where you got to like play a mini game, the drift mini game, to try and get a little extra speed or
That'd be
something.
devastating.
It'll be like do you guys ever go to those what do you call them, like the
Slot cars.
yeah, the slot cars. It'll be like that where it's just accelerate,
Let off.
not accelerate,
Yeah.
accelerate, not accelerate.
I don't think you need an accelerate button. You're just always holding it down anyways.
An auto racer.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you just need the brake button.
It'll be like it'll just have like the auto steering thing on, like the whatever
Oh,
that
yeah.
thing in the Switch game is called.
Yeah.
And
But
come
there-
on, Bryce, you're not supposed to hit the gas and the brake at the same time.
Oh, but
I do sometimes.
Unless you're doing a sweet burnout.
Not in real
That's
life,
true.
but
I'm
That's
not.
true.
I'm not paying for that transmission on that fucking cart. I don't care.
Was there? I'm trying to remember. Was there items in the trailer?
yeah, they're shooting items.
Okay.
They're holding things behind them. They're
What if to buy items? Oh, we get
You want a banana?
2 boxes a day.
You're
You
gonna
want
pay
more.
for a
Yeah,
banana.
you get your loot crates, and if you're lucky, you'll get a red shell.
Jesus.
Podcast at talkingreckless.com is an email address, or you can drop some voicemails on our Discord, or we have a subreddit r/talkingreckless. You can drop them there. Kevin, with the only one with show notes that don't have coffee all over him, is going to read this one.
We got an email from our good friend and show contributor Duncan, asking us, what's on your bucket list?
Uh-oh. Fix these microphones. It's on my bucket list.
Yeah, new podcast equipment.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Check that one off. I don't know. I want to go skydiving. I want to do one skydive in my life. I definitely want to try that once. I think that'd be real dope.
I would too, but I don't know. It's one of those things where the fun of skydiving is you can't have fun. You can't have the most fun skydiving until you've done it like 20 times.
On your yeah.
Yeah.
You can do it by yourself naked.
Well,
The most fun skydiving.
that would be fun.
Yeah.
Just feeling. I don't know. You might hit something on the way down.
Yeah, it's pretty cold up there too, actually.
I swear it's just cold out.
I don't know.
It would also depend
that'd
on
be
your
fun.
shower schedule from that day too, whether you could do it naked or
Oh
not.
yeah, that's right. Like, have we showered yet?
It would have to be the right day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe try and you could even get in like night previous, try and shoot the morning. I'd be okay being tied to somebody. Just be like, let's do one. I just want to do one flip or whatever. I want to see the ground. Put me on the facing down, skydiver person. Here we go.
I think
sure
you're
that's what
always
they do.
facing down. Yeah.
because they're the one controlling the parachute. If you're behind them, that's not really gonna fly.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, we're not.
Nothing's gonna work out
we're
that
not-
way.
For some reason, I thought with you were like strapped back to back, but I guess you're like back to
Stomach.
front.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Not stomach to stomach either. That
You-
might be
you
a
are
little
the
too
little-
That
intimate.
might, yeah,
You're
stomach-
spooning, yeah.
Stomach to stomach might be a little long.
You're
too
always
intimate.
always the little spoon.
Full 69 on the way down.
Ooh,
It's very
Well,
erotic.
given the right
how do you even get out of
tandem
the plane?
instructor.
Right. The ultimate pile driver.
Yeah, I want to. Just regular skydiving is good for me.
Yeah. What about bungee jumping?
Nope.
Hell
No, I'm
no.
good. Nope.
No.
Nope. I'm okay.
that.
I'd rather
So
skydive.
skydiving, but not bungee jumping.
Yeah, I don't like the coming back up part of the bungee. I don't like
Yeah.
the. I don't. I just want to go down. I don't want to go back up.
Did you guys see they have at West Edmonton Mall Water Park? They have a zip line in there now.
Sweet.
Where the bungee, like where
Yeah.
the bungee jumping used to be.
No, the
Or
bungee jumping is
still
still there. But yeah, it's from there, and it goes all the way across to kind of where the kids area is.
Oh, weird.
They like built this little platform
Is it like
above
a
that.
ride or is it like a convenience? I don't have to walk across around the whole fucking pool now. I can just like snap myself onto this thing.
There we go.
No, it's like the bungee jumping, so you got to pay extra for it, kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
But
No, I never did.
And
I-
by pay extra, you mean like it's $100
yeah,
per ride?
probably.
yeah.
I would guess it's probably like $50.
Yeah.
What? It's just a fucking zip line. Like,
Yeah.
it's not that fun.
Well, I mean, when we
$5.
were in Vegas, that zip line that went across Fremont Street, that had the 4-hour-long lineup because we went during Pride.
Oh yeah. yeah.
That zip line was like $30 American to do.
Oh,
I mean, that's a little. I would have way rather done that over Fremont during Pride than
Yeah.
fucking West Edmonton Mall water park.
Yeah.
China. I can't think of West Edmonton Mall now with that fucking Chinese wave pool just demolishing people. Story earlier in the year where someone turned the waves up too high. like 40 people got injured or something. What's on everybody else's bucket list? Bucket list.
I don't know. It's not something that I think about a lot. Like, there's not a lot of things that I'm like,
We're not really, hopefully not at that point of our life.
Yeah.
We're like, well, like probably 20 years left here. Better.
I mean, like wrestling would be up there probably.
Yeah.
Like, I think for a lot of people it would be Mania. I would put Rumble higher.
Like
Yeah.
go to.
Yeah.
Get like real good seats or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be dope.
Like,
Even like good seats at something like that is kind of off the market. Like, 'cause
Yeah.
I'm not paying
Well,
$20,000
that's
for
true.
That's why it's a bucket
For
list thing, you
ringside
know?
seats.
You do it once in your life.
Yeah.
and how dope would it be though to be ringside during the Royal Rumble?
It would
oh,
be super
just
dope.
losing your mind.
Yeah.
Even with the state of wrestling as it is, not good. It'd still be incredible.
Rumbles are always great. That's why, like, That's why I would pick that over Mania, because Mania, they're so big, right? Like, they go to the stadiums. I mean, Rumble's getting there too now, but
Yeah.
like if you did not want to pay and you just did a regular ticket in the nosebleeds, you're not seeing much of anything. They're just ants essentially at that point.
Just watch it on TV.
Whereas at least the Rumble is like you're getting something out of it, right? Like,
But yeah, my buddy who went to Mania, he went to the one in Orlando, and he said that when they got there, it was like a 14-hour day on Mania Day
Oh yeah,
because
and it's not just Mania Day. It's that whole
Yeah, it's
weekend
the
if you want
whole
to take
week.
it all in.
yeah.
and yeah, I guess with the tickets you get. I shouldn't say with all of them, but with most tickets sets, you get Raw and SmackDown as well.
Yeah, and NXT. So
Yeah.
NXT Saturday, show Sunday, Raw Monday, SmackDown Tuesday,
Yeah.
and then the other 800 different promotions that are there that you want to see as well. What's his face? Is Spring Break.
Joey Janela.
Yeah. The Invisible Man. I was talking about that on the stream this week where the Invisible Man wrestled the Invisible Stan.
He came back from the dead recently.
Yeah, that was when he came back to wrestle the Invisible
right.
Stan, I think.
God bless him.
What a storyline.
Yep.
Do you know what we're talking about, Bryce?
I'm not gonna.
Sorry, the dude's half a bar away
Oh,
from
I'm sorry,
60.
I'm sorry.
He's half a bar.
2 invisible competitors wrestle.
Oh,
It's the greatest wrestling match of all
Table.
time.
They went through a table.
Yeah, so good. Yep, 2 invisible competitors wrestling. Well, one of them went through a table.
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
In front of a live audience.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
That ref would have had to been working overtime to make
yeah.
that
Oh,
happen.
yeah. That's how you know you're the greatest referee in probably the entire biz. You
Mm-hmm.
can call a match with invisible competitors.
I think the only thing that I really have on my list that, like Warren said, like I don't really think about it too much, but World Series main event.
Oh, yeah.
I want to play in the World Series of Poker main event at
So
one
do
point.
I.
That'd be sweet.
That'd be real dope.
Yeah. Basically, it would just be flushing $10,000 down the toilet.
Yeah, it would be the most scared poker I've ever played in my life.
Just shit in your
And
pants.
scared poker is bad poker. So, what about you, Bryce? You got any bucket lists?
A bunch of travel.
Yeah,
Maybe
What
a
do you wanna see?
tattoo. Who knows?
A tattoo.
I don't know.
Neck tattoo.
Thug
Oh
life.
yeah.
Yeah. A friend of mine, I don't know, this isn't ever going to come back on him, but he has a tattoo on his neck in Spanish that says the White Tiger.
Oh,
And he says every time he goes to Mexico, he gets in so much shit from the federales because they think he's a gang member.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that would.
it's like the opposite of the Black Panthers.
Yeah.
It's the White
true.
Tigers.
Exactly.
I'm getting. Well, I mean, tattoo whatever part of you want, I suppose.
Yeah.
Whatever makes
It's your
you happy.
body, I guess.
Where-
Face and neck, maybe stay away from those.
Oh yeah.
And hands.
Yeah. Nothing
Face,
people
neck,
can
and
see.
hands.
Something
As
cover
long
up.
as you can
Oh,
cover it.
Do you just want to generally travel? Where specifically?
It's like China during like the Lantern Festival or Cherry Blossom Bloom would be cool.
Don't go to China.
I know, not right now. When China becomes cool again.
China's still cool.
When Canada and China are cool again, I guess.
Yeah,
China's always
that
cool.
won't ever happen.
No.
No.
Tokyo Game Show.
I would totally want to go to Japan over China for sure.
So would I.
Everyone always, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of them is like really communist.
Well, ignoring the communist part.
How do you
it's a
ignore the
beautiful-
communist part?
Because
What don't I just
communism
do?
is great. Everybody
pretty
loves
good.
communism.
it's pretty good.
Communism for you, communism for you, communism for you, and for me. It's great. Works for everyone.
You're not wrong, actually. Okay, let's go to China.
Yeah.
I'm convinced.
Machu Picchu would be sweet. Pyramids.
It's the great, the
great stuff.
7 wonders. Or
Yeah.
See some of those.
Go to the Shaolin Temple.
What's
It's just
that?
the Shaolin Temple.
There's one.
What, only one?
Yeah.
With a bunch
Where
of
is
monks
it?
in it.
It's in China.
No.
Oh.
See, China. It's
Tibet,
great.
maybe. Actually, maybe it's in Tibet. I don't really know. I was watching. I got into a. What do you call it? Like when you down a YouTube hole one day, and I was watching this one guy he trained for 3 years at the Shaolin Temple, and I guess the BBC just released a documentary about Shaolin, and yeah, he was just explaining how. The entire documentary was just staged and everything was like written as a script, and none of the things they said
What?
that were happening were actually things that happened at the temple. And
The good name of the BBC?
yeah,
How dare
I know.
they?
But yeah, apparently it's like a huge tourist place.
The Shaolin Temple.
Yeah.
I'm not really a
That is
traveler. I don't know.
Me neither.
No, not really. Nah, just stay right here.
I did a Europe trip when I was in high school,
Yeah. So
which
did
I
we.
think, yeah, it was the same trip that you did.
Yeah.
Good worship.
Did you go to Greece and Turkey?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's good. Did
Yeah.
that for me.
I'm
Although I would do Japan.
Yeah.
I'm really
couple
not
reasons.
a fan of.
Could wear your I'm huge in Japan shirt.
Well, and that's the thing. They like specifically white people. They're like
He's getting ganked.
adored by them.
Oh no, this World First 60 is getting killed by Horde PvP.
Yeah, there's a rogue on him.
Oh no!
And he's- Like a tenth of a bar away.
How close is the next closest? This isn't gonna like make him lose his record or anything.
Oh no, he's
No, he's
Yeah, whatever.
he's out
Leads
by a
ahead.
mile. Probably.
Good for that rogue. Good for whoever's playing that rogue and made it on stream.
Yep.
At the, right at the
Right
very
at
end.
the
Yep. Great job. Any final bucket lists here? I think we're
the
probably
big
all
shows?
pretty good. Eh? Yeah, just I'd love to meet the big show. Yeah,
Yep.
that'd be very cool.
Paul White.
Well, if you have emails or voicemails, get them into us, podcast at talkingreckless.com. What do I got to tell you about? If you like wrestling, go listen to our brother show, the Suplex City Limits podcast. Look them up on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you find this podcast. We have a Westworld show, not a Westeros show, called Westworld FM. TRWL on the 15th. So much stuff coming up. And then we're doing the stream thing almost every day on twitch.tv/talkingrecklesspodcast.
Can other people access that promo from the champ? Is that out there in the?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The
It's
resolution
on the
video
Discord,
package. Yeah.
I would like to encourage other competitors
And
to
the YouTube.
cut their own promos against their opponents and upload them there.
Yeah, sure.
Because I quite enjoyed that promo.
Yeah, there's a lot of the
Was
champ
good.
Noah North is talking a lot of shit in our Discord.
Yep.
TalkingReckless.com is how you find that.
I listened to that promo and immediately started thinking about my own counter promo.
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Good. I expected a response from.
In cahoots with the sexy man. That's going to do it here. If you enjoyed what you heard, or if you enjoy any of our podcasts or things we make, please consider supporting us. Patreon.com/TalkingRecklessPodcast. I'm seeing the snaps come down. Did you hit 60?
He did it.
We won! World first!
Whee!
Live on the podcast.
World premiere.
Now he's going to bed.
Great. So am I. Kevin, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Bryce
Thank you.
and Warren. And you at home, thanks so much for listening, for making this the biggest little podcast in the world. We'll see you here in, let's call it a week. It'll be episode 288 of the Talking Reckless podcast. See you then. Ting.
He's getting so much spam. This chat's flying off the handle.
Early morning podcast can kiss my bum.
No.
Turning off the stream. Apparently.
Bye.
Bye. We'll see you soon for some WoW Classic.
Woo! Yay!
Kevin's going to try and be the world's second 60. Buckle up.
That's toit.
It's not going to happen.
See you in a few.